Hi everyone, welcome to Super Mario 64 with glitches. This is a playthrough that I've been wanting to do for a long time. I'm glad that I can finally do it now. I'm going to start this fresh file right here, and during the intro cutscene I'm going to explain what I'm actually going to do in this playthrough. It's not going to be like my Super Mario 64 DS one that I did a few years back, where I put a restriction on the gameplay and tried to get all the stars that I could without using blocks, cannons, or collecting any coins. This is going to be a straight playthrough. I'm just going to get 120 stars. I am still going to collect all the coins. That is a lot more trivial in this game than it is in the DS remake. For those of you who watched that series, you'll remember how frustrating it sometimes was. There's no like silly egg combo mechanics in this game because Yoshi's not in it. But this is a game that I really love. I've got a lot of videos of it on my channel already, as I'm sure a lot of you know. My TASs for like 0-star completion and things like that from many years back now. And yeah, I think it's time that I did a series on it because there's a lot of stuff that I can show off in it. So yeah, like I said before, gonna go for 120 stars. Shouldn't be too hard to do. I'm not really sure how long it's gonna be. The first thing that I'm gonna point out right away is you can see Lakitu waiting by the door there. If I touch any part of this bridge except for the very edge of it here, then he's gonna come over and talk to me. So I could just like long jump onto the side, long jump again, and skip having to talk to him. I'm going to skip doing that because I can think of a much stupider and therefore better way to get inside the castle without having to deal with him. But the first thing I've got to point out, because I'm going to be using this technique a lot in this playthrough, is when you do a triple jump, this move here, the third jump in that, so this one, can be activated regardless of the surface you're on. Unless it's like a downward slope. So if I was doing it like that, well, you know what I'm trying to do. Like if I were to touch a slope facing downwards, Mario's always going to go into the sliding animation. But if I'm facing upwards, even very slightly, I can actually start the triple jump on it. The triple jump is the only one that works like that. If I try to do it with a double jump, it won't work. It'll just do that. It'll just do a normal jump. So I'm pointing this out because I'm going to use this technique to get on top of the castle without using the cannon, which is all the way over there. You unlock the cannon by getting 120 stars. So what I'll do is, I'm going to triple jump on this hill, I'm going to turn him around and jump, and I can grab this ledge, and then I'm on top of the castle. I just thought this would be cool to show off before we actually start the meat of the playthrough. So this is the wing cap box, don't have it yet. A couple of 1-ups here, I'll grab them just in case I suck, I guess. So Yoshi isn't here, as you can see. He also only appears when you have 120 stars. I'm hoping that after I get all the stars, I can come back up here and show a cool glitch with him. But we'll get to that later on. So the other big mechanic that I need to explain to anyone who's been living under a rock for the last decade is the backwards long jump. The long jump is the move that you do when you run, hold Z or Z, and press A, this. But if you keep jumping and start pulling them backwards, you can do this fairly easily. It seems useless at first, but if you do it on a steep slope, he actually builds up an insane amount of speed. And the reason for this is that they never put a cap on Mario's negative speed, only his positive speed. So what you'll see here is something like this. Oh, that's a bad angle. It has to be kind of steep, so like more like this. I can do a bunch of backwards long jumps, and he's got a tremendous amount of negative speed. This is going to allow me to break the game in a couple of ways and get into places earlier than I should, and just show off a couple of neat little things as well. I could actually glitch inside the castle. You can see him spazzing out there if I had enough speed, but I'm not going to do that because while I'm up here, I think what I'm going to do is get to the very roof of the castle. Now, people struggle with this. It's obviously easy if you come up here, get the wing cap, and go in the cannon and shoot yourself up. But if you're clever about it, and bearing in mind what I said earlier about how he can't like do double jumps if he's like kind of facing towards the slope, but if he's facing just below it, he can jump normally. So what I'll try and do is a triple jump and just kind of pull him inwards and try and get him on that ledge above me. There is like no point to this really, it's just something that looks cool. I want to show it off, so it might take me a few tries. It's not the easiest thing to do because, well, as you can see, I'm kind of struggling with it a little bit here, but your angle is very important. You want it to be like as parallel as possible to this wall that he's next to. And you saw that I dove there. That's because my angle changed and I was actually to facing the slope. I don't really know how to word that sentence, but you know what I'm trying to say. So you can see I'm just kind of clipping in there and just falling down. I'm hoping to probably do virtually no editing on this series because I don't really think it's going to be that long. The game is a fairly short one. Let's try it the other way. Actually, you can do this both ways. So if I can't get it this way, I can hopefully get it the other way. So I think I was having better luck the first time actually. You want to try and get him close to the corner when you do this. Some people ground pound, but I don't find that that actually helps. It just kind of elongates the process and he still falls down. Alright, let's give us a few more attempts. So he's almost getting it. But yeah, this itself isn't a glitch, as you can probably tell. It's just like a kind of clever abuse of intended mechanics, I guess. A trick, if anything. Gosh, I'm getting so close to it as well. But yeah, I'm not going to say what I usually say about how I want everyone to suffer with me, because I don't think that's what this really is. This is just a little bit of fun before we actually start doing anything serious. So, yeah. See how long I can waffle this, because I've been at it for a while now. But I got close there. He really clipped inside it that time. So, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, to be honest. Normally, oh, okay, maybe I was going too close to the edge there, but I managed to get him in. All I was really doing was a triple jump and then skewing him inwards like that. Now that I'm on this part, for some reason, this panel right here, and I believe it's only this one, lets you walk straight up it. And this thing will disappear as the game catches up, and this spire here you can just walk right through. So this is the highest point of the castle, and there really was no point to that, other than to like, just show it off, I guess, show how high you can actually get without getting all the stars. So what I'll do now that I'm here is I will just jump down and like do a jump kick in the air to skip Lakitu's text trigger, and you can see that he's actually hollow. I can walk right through him. So I'm going to pop inside the castle, and if I come back outside, then the game assumes that I've actually spoken to Lakitu. So I'll just quickly show this off, because there's another cool glitch I can do in the courtyard while I'm here. So I'm going to go back on top of the castle, and I don't think the 1-ups will have respawned. I'm not sure if they do. I think you might need to like reload your file for that to happen, but let's find out. Because I'm going to probably want one. No, oh, they do come back. Okay, there you go. I guess I learned something new today. I wasn't sure, but now I am. So the way this game handles going out of bounds is a lot different than games like Ocarina of Time, which kind of lets you move around out of bounds. Whenever you go out of bounds in Mario 64, the game pretty much kills you right away. So what I'm going to try to do here is wedge him just into this corner, right where this wall meets it, just slightly beyond it. And when I pull him up, he's actually going to be technically out of bounds, because he'll be beyond where you're supposed to be able to walk. And he'll just die instantly, and he loses his cap for some reason during that death animation. Kinda weird. I've got to wonder what would happen if I did that without skipping Lakitu first. Would the text just start, or would Lakitu already be gone? I guess that's a mystery that can be solved in a different playthrough. So here we are inside the main castle lobby. I could go into Bob-omb Battlefield, that's obviously the intended thing. I'm not going to do that. I want to go in this door up here. You need 8 stars to get it. That's a lie. If we go in this door and just run off this ledge and jump up at the right spot, that would help. So something like, something more like that. I can pull them up here in this spot in here. If okay, I screwed it up. That's okay though. It's kind of a very small little section there, so you gotta really try to keep him in here. If I run into this wall and just jump, you can see him jumping repeatedly. That means that this is a good place to do a backwards long jump. If I can do a long jump in there and sort of wedge him inside that little wall that let me jump repeatedly, I can build up a lot of negative speed. And that's going to let me clip inside any door in this lobby, as long as I can control Mario well. So let's see, we built up a little bit of speed. Okay, I needed more than that, because clearly I just went touched the door, which is really silly looking. So again, I'll just try it once more. Like I said, I don't really want to have to edit any of this, because it shouldn't really be taking me that long. Starting the long jump in here is actually pretty tricky to do, because you don't have a lot of space. Like if you long jump slightly too far, he'll pop outside of this thing, so it's best to kind of walk into this and then turn him around and try and do the long jump that way. So I've got him in here, let's try and build up some speed. Okay, I've got him inside this black room of death, that's literally what we call it. I'm going to try and aim him towards the middle stairs. Okay, everything's going good, so now that I'm up here, I can just aim him over to this door, and although I got the text, he's got enough speed to actually go through it, I hope, yep. And if I had enough speed, I could have actually made it all the way beyond that invisible wall to the Bowser painting at the back, which isn't a real paint. I actually have a video on my channel, one of my oldest ones from 10 years ago, which shows me getting through there a much stupider way. So Bowser in the Dark World, always wondered why they gave you a metal cap here. I guess to make it easier to do the red coin mission if you chose to leave that till later on. But really, I mean, like, avoiding these flame jets is pretty trivial, to be honest. You can do it without the metal cap. I guess maybe like some people just like that comfort though. But I mean, I personally think that I wouldn't remember to come back. You know what I mean? So I'd see the red coins as I was playing it, and I would just have to pick them up. So this is going to be the first star that we get. You can long jump over here if you have enough speed there. Oh, this is another technique I should point out that I'm doing. Let me get to the end of the stage and then I'll explain it. It's going to be really useful throughout this playthrough, and it might not be immediately obvious unless I take a minute to explain it. So I'll just get over here quickly. I know where all the coins are. I've played this game to death, so one of my faves. So I'm happy to be doing a series on it. But yeah, let me just get up and grab the star, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. Oops. Gosh, if he had like went slightly further back there, he would have started bonking on all of the steps, and that would have just been not fun. So first of 120. What I want to show off is if you sort of jump and have enough speed and press B, he'll dive. So what I'll do sometimes is I'll jump and then I'll pull the opposite direction on the analog stick. So like, for instance, if I jump to the right here and hold left, it kind of stops his speed. And that means that instead of doing a dive, I can do a jump kick, which means that I can cover more distance in the air. This is important because I'm going to use that quite a lot to skip a lot of gaps in this playthrough. But before I do anything else, I gotta do some stupid stuff here just because. I mean, why not? If I go back up here, I can actually... Oh, that's another technique I've got to explain, but that's not a very good place to do it. I'll wait until I'm out of here. Should have probably done this one in the courtyard, actually. But, yeah. Well, we'll just do the triple jump thing. You can triple jump off of any surface, like I said. So what I want to do is just kind of jump down this. And it kept all of his momentum, as you saw. When you do a wall kick, if it's on the first frame possible, then it actually like amplifies your speed, much like the BLG does, but it's really hard to do. But I did manage to get a first frame wall kick there, and I could quickly get back up the slope. So here's the first boss battle. We're fighting them at the very start of this playthrough. All you have to do is kind of toss him at a mine, but what I'm going to do on purpose, actually, is miss. Because when he comes back up, if I can grab him in the air before he touches the ground, which I fail to do, that's okay though, I'll try again. Then some pretty interesting properties are going to be taking place here. So Bowser didn't actually touch the ground there. So like he's kind of still got like his previous spin that I did to him stored in a way. Because watch what happens when I hit this bomb over here. Just get the camera right. He gets shot all the way across the stage, and he's so far that when he respawns, he actually can't land here, and the game has to make him reappear in the middle. So you can actually get yourself locked in this stage if you do that and destroy all the bombs that way. I mean, obviously you can pause and exit, but it's cooler to think of it as being locked in. So let me just toss him over to this bomb. Okay, I missed it. I wonder how many comments are going to be about like what Mario says when he throws Bowser. You know, in the Shindao version of this game, which is like a revised Japanese one that came out a few years after the game was released, he doesn't actually say that line at all. He just says bye-bye, like he does in the DS one. It's pretty funny. A lot of people think that line was first in the DS one, but it was actually first on a different N64 version. Anyway, we now have the first key, but we're about to encounter another problem, which luckily I have a solution for. And that is that I can't get back out here because I still need 8 stars to actually open this door. So what I'm going to do instead is I'll just pop back in the level and I'll pause the game and exit the course. And now you don't actually get text at the start of this level after you get the red coin star. So we're pretty much free to go wherever we like in here. So I think since we have the key, we're going to head down to the basement. Oh, just for the record, I can't do anything in the courtyard yet until the Big Boo appears in the corridor here. Then Big Boo's haunt is not accessible. So now that I'm in the basement, this is going to give me a chance to show off another technique that I'm going to be using a lot in this playthrough, and that is the ability to run up slopes. When you hold in A, if I keep holding it and I keep moving, and anytime that I press B, he'll just do a jump kick until he gets enough speed, and then he'll start doing dives. But his speed isn't going to increase when he's on a slope. And you can jump kick up slopes infinitely, so I'm holding in A, even though I've landed from the jump, I'm still holding A. I can just run in and start pressing B to get up this slope really easily, because getting in there is kind of a pain, but that really trivializes it. So let's head underwater here and drain the moat, which normally is something you do, you know, much later on. I mean, you need like 8 stars minimum, I guess, to do it, but typically you'd probably have about 30 or so by the time you actually got down here. And this is going to allow me to access the Vanish Cap stage, which is over here. There's a couple coins up there. You can grab them if you do like a triple jump wall kick. It's totally pointless though, and yet here I am going for it, just because I have to show it for no reason at all. Because there's no coin counter here, so these don't even count towards like my all coin score. I'm not even gonna go for that. So I'll just jump in here. So yeah, like you can see, I'm not gonna be doing any kind of capless stuff. I'm just gonna activate the caps as I see them, because yeah, we've done the kind of gimmick challenge in Mario DS already. I want this to be more of a... I mean, I don't know if calling it a vanilla playthrough is really fair, because there are going to be a lot of glitches in it. But one thing I will say is that I'm not going to be doing like the 0-star or 1-star completion thing. I will show off like how you beat the game with 16 stars, but I'm not going to be doing anything beyond that, even though it is possible on console now, which was a shock to me a few years ago when people finally did it. I'm not going to bother with it. So whenever you hit one of these cap switches, there's a little bit of text that appears, and I'm going to try and skip that. Probably not going to get it. It's kind of tricky. If I just line them up with where the star is, I can kind of do a triple jump off of this, wall kick off the wall, and hopefully land at the star. I'm probably not going to get it. Well, I got over there, so I landed right on the thing. If I was just a little bit higher, I guess I could have made it to the star, but please don't fall. Okay, cool, so let's grab this one. The Vanish Cap's now usable. Despite this, I still can't access Big Boo's Horn. It's still going to be locked until you get, I believe it's 12 stars. Oh, and also, in case anyone's wondering, I actually am playing this on console. I have a capture device again that works. My other one stopped working. So yeah, we're back to playing on console. You probably can tell from the lettering on the top of the screen, like with the 10 and the 2 there, and the Mario icon and the star icon. This is the Virtual Console version on Wii. I am playing it with an N64 controller because I own one of them. So yeah, I think what we'll do now is go in here and do one of the Princess Secret Slide stars. What a hard sentence. I could have gotten in here using that lobby backwards long jump, but it's not really worth it, you know, because I do have enough stars to open this door. So the best way to do this level is to come down here, bounce off this so he's going backwards, and then bounce off this wall. Oh, I screwed it. Yeah, okay, you know what, I'm going to let him die so I can show that again, because I want to get it the stupid way. The stupid way, which is also really, really quick, and actually really easy, so I don't know how the hell I managed to screw up. Oh gosh, my controller's acting weird. I'm not actually touching it right now. Let me replug it in again. Is it working now? Yeah, it is. Wow, that's bizarre. I've never had that happen before. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm using an adapter to let me play on the Wii with an N64 controller, because I feel like even though I'm playing it on Virtual Console, N64 games should always be played with the N64 controller. It's just doing them a disservice if you don't. So if I bounce off that, I can jump off the side and just dive so I don't take damage, and also so it pushes them back, and I can get a much lower time than you would normally get. I mean, this is kind of a crappy time, speedrun wise, you know. Usually it'd be in the 12s, 12.7, 12.8 or 12.9 I think are the most common ones if you actually are pretty good at the game, but that ain't me. So we've got 3 stars now, which means that a couple of the doors, this one over here and one over here, are now available to us. We're going to go and do this level here. This is Jolly Roger Bay. It is a water level, and that is probably the reason that I'm doing it early on, just to get it out of the road. That's not to say I don't really like it, it's just yeah, they're kind of some of the slower ones. So, but before we do that, we'll go in here and do an even slower level. This is what I like to call the Donkey Kong 64 star, because I feel like a level like this would be considered a puzzle in Donkey Kong 64, you know, where you sort of go around in a circle and do extremely easy and trivial things. But I do like this place. It's really peaceful, you know. It's kind of well hidden as well, because you might not notice that there's actually a little black opening in the wall there, but there is. And all these windows have like slightly different tints on them, and yeah, just a little bit of secret aquarium lore for you guys. Oops, I managed to somehow fail at this star and miss one of the red coins, but that's okay, because the coins do give you health. The red coins give you 2 health, do they? Yeah, I think they do. I think regular coins just give you 1. Yeah, that makes sense, like, because the red coins are worth 2. And that's how you survive this. I'm not going to get all the coins in little bonus areas like this, because the game doesn't actually record this beyond leaving the level. So I'm only going to get the coins, or like all the coins in the main levels, and the first of them is going to be this one. But before I can do that, I need to actually get the ship out of the water. So an interesting point about this level is that on N64 it lags a tremendous amount because of all the fog and stuff in the area. This level in Dire Docks are just super laggy, along with a few other places, like some parts of Shift and Sandland. But on Virtual Console there's no lag, which is great. So what you normally would do is you would come down here, swim in front of the eel, then swim back up to like what the game considers an adequate level, and he just pops out. I don't think they ever intended for you to view it from that angle. But I'm not actually going to go in the ship that way, I'm going to do it a much stupider and funner way. If you come over here and swim just where the ship meets the ground there, right over here, and then just hold up and swim, Mario actually pops through, and you can just navigate your way in here and get inside this loading zone that way, which is a lot more fun. So I don't think the game ever actually tells you the order of these chests, but it's this back one first. And they all give you health refills, so there's like no need to panic. Unfortunately, if you hit them out of order, they shock you, so you can still easily die. Anyway, it's then this one. I guess it's kind of like going in like a spiral, but like an inner spiral, but like I said, the game doesn't tell you this. As far as I know, I could be wrong. Maybe there's some hint around the castle that says it. But here's our first star from a main stage. Can I get it? Nah, I was too far away, but that's okay. So whenever you do a ground pound under a star, he actually falls to the ground a lot quicker when he grabs the star compared to if you didn't ground pound. So you'll probably see me doing that just as a reflex. I do speedrun this game sometimes for fun. I'm not super good at it, but I do know some of the techniques and stuff, which you'll be seeing in this playthrough. So can the eel come out to play? Star number 2. I'm not going to get this one till the very end of the stage, and I'll tell you why. Because if you get it now and then you pick like star 3 for instance, then the eel is going to be swimming around, whereas on star 2 he's always in his little lair. So we are going to leave that one for now, just to make the rest of this easier. I'm going to go for all coins. In Jolly Roger Bay that is effectively the same as getting 100 coins, because there's only actually 104 coins in this stage. By far the easiest stage to get all coins in. So I'm just going to run through the kind of speedrun route, I guess, and get all the coins as I see them. And I missed one there. There's a shell there which I'm not going to bother with. It doesn't really save any time in this game. It's pretty slow actually, and it kind of, unlike in the DS one, it does disappear on its own after a short while. Did I get all of them? I did. Okay, cool. So let's head under here, and you can see another star in there that you're supposed to use the metal cap for. I have a strategy for that one too. We'll get to that a little bit later on though. So yeah, like I said before, I've played this game to death. One of my favourites. I've been playing it since I was a kid. Got it when it came out. Absolutely love it to death. And because of that, I kind of know where everything is. Like, even all the regular coins and stuff. So getting all the coins in this stages, or in any of the stages, isn't going to be like difficult for me in the sense of finding them. But there are going to be a few things that are kind of hard to do later on. And yeah, like I said, 104 coins in the stage, which means that if you miss even one of those blue coins, you cannot get the 100 coin star. But it's very generous with the time that it gives you to get them, so, you know, no harm done. Let's kill all the Goombas in here. Metal cap there for getting that other star, but like I said, I have another trick up my sleeve to get that one. We'll deal with that a little bit later on though. So we'll head back into the main area. If this was a speedrun, I'd only have to have, I think, 68 coins at this point. There's like a couple you can miss and still be okay. So I could have just like skipped that. But another interesting thing is when you're swimming, if you punch a wall like that, it kind of goes up it a little bit faster, but it depends on how fast you're swimming into it before you actually do that. So yeah, I don't really know if it saved me any time there or not. So I'll grab the one from inside this clam. You can actually clip just the very edge of these and grab the red coin without waiting for it to open, but I'm not very good at it. I usually just take damage. I'll talk to this little bob-on buddy. He's going to open the cannon for me, and this is going to allow me to get another star later on. And before anyone decides to be a smart ass and point it out, yes, it is possible to get that star without using the cannon. It is incredibly precise, and I'm not going to do it. Well, I mean, there is one method that's not like super precise, but it's still really, really hard to do, and I don't want to have to do it. So we will be skipping that, but I will show off what I mean by that in a sec. Okay. Oh, I wasn't expecting to get it here, but yeah, as you can see, there's 2 red coins up there. I'll just let the star come to me. Okay, it's not gonna. It almost got to me. So the 2 red coins up there are gonna make this be 104 total coins, which is all the ones in the stage. So the way to get the other star that I was talking about a minute ago, you can see it over there in that little box. I just turned the camera around. You can actually do like a long jump off the very edge of this. So what you would do is like long jump onto the edge and then do another one. And if you do it just at the right spot with just the right amount of speed, you can wall kick off of it and grab that ledge. There's a couple other stupider ways to do it that are like actually stupid, not the stupid fun way that I usually use that word, but actually like really precise and dumb. We're not going to do that in this playthrough. So there you go, 100 coins, 104 coins more like. GRB is getting close to being done at this stage because I'm still not going to get this, but interestingly, if I do pick this star, I think the eel is going to be out. I'm not 100% sure on that one because I haven't done star 2. So let's go and find out. Let's just go and see if the eel is swimming around. I mean, I guess it adds a little bit of challenge, which maybe makes this slightly more entertaining. I don't see him. No, I think he's still in his little cave, so you actually do need to get star 2 to get it. So I'll get this one that you normally do metal cap for. If you just swim quickly into it and angle him properly, you can just touch the star without needing the metal cap. It's really easy. And a similar star to this appears later on in the game, which is just as easy, really. So 8 stars. Now I could legitimately go to Bowser 1 if I felt like it. Luckily we've already done that, so no need to go back to that stage, like, ever. So 3 more to get. Next one I'm going to get is the cannon one. And I like this star because it's a pain in the butt to actually know where to aim, but luckily for you guys, I know exactly where to aim. We're going to aim for this pillar. You can grab the top of any of these, but this is the one that we want. And the best way to do it is to line the top of the top part of the cursor with this little peak on the wall here. You can see where it is right there. Or maybe even just slightly lower, but if you have it at the highest, it will still work. And just sort of line it up so that the pillar, or the stalagmite, is kind of in the center there. It's not terribly precise, but there you go. And I can just turn them around, run over here, and get this star. So we only have 2 more to grab from this stage. Neither of them are going to be hard. Funnily enough, I actually always find the eel star to be the hardest. I'm going to get that last, like I said. I mean, it's not difficult, but if you do it the way that I'm going to show you, but it's kind of annoying sometimes. If you let him get out of his tunnel, then, you know, it can be a pain trying to, like, grab the star from his tail without taking damage, for instance. So the next star I'm going to get is the one that's in the cave. We kind of saw the area for this earlier on, but I didn't get it. I don't want to go in the cave normally, so I'm just going to go over to this seam right here and just punch it, and I'm going to pop right through and go in the tunnel that way. I think that's a much nicer way to get in here. It's also a lot faster. So I think what I'm going to do, now that I've taken damage, is I'm going to read these signs and see if they actually tell you about the thing in the ship. Keep out, that means you arg. Anyone in this cave without permission will meet certain disaster. Well, I already kind of did. So let's move on, because there's another sign back here. I'm going to guess that this tells you the order for the chests. Let's see. Ahoy matey, I have sunken treasure here, I do. But to pluck the plunder you must open the chests in the right order. What order is that? On the okay, so again, it doesn't tell you. This is another like chest puzzle. There's 3 of these in the game. This is the second one, but the order is north, west, east, and south. I can just sort of ground pound where the star is going to appear so that my fall to the ground is quicker. Yeah, so just 1 more to get. I think I'm going to check something now, because before I do this star, I'm not 100% sure how many stars you need to have the wing cap thing appear. It's either 10 or 11. Okay, it's 10, so I could get that now if I wanted, but I'm going to go back in and finish this level up first, because, you know, why not? It's right here. Okay, so finally we're going to get the eel star. I'll show you a cool setup to get this, where it's like really consistent and he's not going to damage you, he's not going to be able to damage you. So what you want to do is, you just want to swim over to where he is. His cave is on the far side of the level, over here. There he is. So you want to swim just close enough that he actually comes out, and you have to stay close to him or else he'll just go back in. So like this is probably close enough. I'm going to hold C up like this, and as soon as I see the star appear at the bottom of the screen, I'm going to start swimming. So now, and that allows me to get the star from his tail without taking any damage. And there we go, the first main level is complete, along with Bowser in the Dark World, one of the Princess Secret Slide stars, and the Vanish Cap stage. For the Princess Secret Slide, there is another star in the box in the level. I'll come back and get that later. So what I want to say about this room is, these aquariums here, you can actually glitch inside. I have a video of this on my channel, again from like almost 10 years ago I think, where you can do like a backwards long jump on this kind of edge here. It's really stupid though, and you can get inside it, but once you get inside it, you're actually screwed. You can't get back out. So it's kind of a pointless thing to do. There's a lot of stuff like that with the backwards long jump. So I think what I'll do, just to finish this video, is I'll show a quick Black Room of Death. We did actually win it earlier for a minute, but I want to show off like properly being inside it. So I'll get the BLJ started. I'll pop out first. We'll activate the wing cap in the next part. I think I don't want to bother with that for now. I'm getting quite good at that lobby jump though. That's quite cool. So I'll just build up enough speed. Okay, that was obviously too much because he popped out sooner than I wanted him to. Yeah, and like I said, I'm not going to edit this out. I mean, the meat of the video is over at this point. If you don't want to watch this kind of thing, you don't have to, but I'm just doing it for fun. Because I like doing glitches in this game, you know, even if they're totally senseless. And yeah, the big boo wasn't in the corridor there, so I guess it is actually 12 stars. Gosh, why can't I get it now? Well, I mean, I guess this is good though, because it kind of shows just how annoying it can be to actually get him to do a long jump, but like be able to pull him back enough so that he doesn't pop out. So like if you're going to be following along with this playthrough, you're going to want to practice this a little bit, because it's really quite tricky at first. And it's another reason why playing with an N64 controller is a godsend, even on the Wii version. God damn, I'm really bad at this today. And probably most days. Right, we're going to get it this time though. I can just feel it, you know, even though I can't see Mario. Okay, my feelings are obviously garbage. Let's try it once more. And there really is no point to this, like I said, it's just something that I'm doing, because why the hell not? I've done what I wanted to do in this video, so let's have a little bit of fun. So we're inside the Black Room of Death. I'm actually going to stop him, so he's now back to normal with his speed. And I can just go over here and open the door, and it'll load the castle, but I'll actually be behind it. And I can't get back out of this, actually. You can't just jump over this. I think in the DS one it's possible to do something like this. I don't really remember, it's been a while since I did that playthrough. But yeah, even though these are like kind of sticky walls, you can't do a BLG on it. The reason I can tell that is because I can't do lots of little jumps here. But in order to get out of this, there is a way. You don't have to like reset or anything. You can actually just jump through this wall. So that's going to do it for this video. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this, and in the next video we'll take on another whole level and show off some more cool glitches in Super Mario 64. So thank you for watching, I'll see you then.